Hiya. Just wanted to say how everybody was. Send out some loving and lots of loves and hugs, everybody. It's tough. It's a tough old time. But I've got this. Yeah. I just really want everyone to hold on. It's always darkest before the dawn. Okay. There's so much going on, so much. But the great thing is we've got each other, haven't we? Because we're all in the same boat. So just listen. I've got this song on in the background. It's not okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't be beating yourself up over any of it. Because we're all in the same boat. So, you know, all of these things, they've been sent to try us. Yeah. And we're winning. That's the thing. May not feel like it, but we are winning. Absolutely. In fact, as I said the other day, we've already won. Yeah. Just hold that thought. Hold that thought. We've already won. Yeah, because good always overcomes. Yeah. We already actually know the ending to the story because it's already been rewritten. It was already written. And we win. So we know we win. So let's just hold on to that. Try not to let the daily grind get you down. We're going to be celebrating. We are. We're going to be rejoicing, celebrating, overcoming the darkness. What I like to visualize here is how I imagine it in my head, yeah, is that we're all like little lights. So we're all like shining little lights. And we're kind of all, wherever we are in the world, we're standing, we're sort of holding hands as light. Right now, we're holding on to each other, we've got each other. We've got this. We're just like surrounding the earth, like forming a shield of light. So yeah, there's so just because I know it's really hard. I'm finding it hard at the moment, and there's obviously a full moon as well, and that can change the energy, and I'll put some links into how that can affect people's energies. as well, because all of these separate things actually aren't separate. They're all linked back to a whole. And that's why it's really important to understand all of these elements and how they interlink into what's happening and how we're collectively feeling. So yeah, but this time here was prophesized. So was the victory. So we're cool. We are cool. Everything is falling into place. People all over the world that are doing everyone's doing their bit. Everyone's doing their bit, man. Whether they know it or not. And the more people that hold on and engage and learn and share. We're all teachers, we're all students, and we should always be. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, we should never stop learning, because it's growth. It greatens our understanding of who we are, how things have come to be, how everything connects. You know, we're not so different. None of us are. We're all the same. And they've just, you know, the systems that have been created over time have been done so deliberately to divide. But we're not divided. That's the thing. We've got this. We've got each other's backs. We've got all the tools. We've got all the brains. We're just like, you know, slay this shit. Yeah. I'm getting my truth sword out. Yeah. I'm 100%. I'm ordering a chainmail armor suit. I don't give a shit. I'll wear that thing every day. I'm like, yes. You know, when I get paid, yeah, I'm gonna be busting haute couture. That's my bag, baby. All this vintage stuff that's coming out in a minute. I still haven't shared it, and I'm really sorry, because I'm the Chanel and Dior and that have done some. There's loads. I couldn't listen for you. I'm gonna put them in the link though. They're doing these mega like fashion shows, but as stories. That's epic, like little movies. So cool. Very dreamy. Very dreamy. I love dreamy. Oh, and that just reminded me. Have you seen The Neverending Story? The film The Neverending Story. I've mentioned it before. Now, I'm going to put the link into it. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It may be you know, it's not got all the old fashioned, you know, the new style effects or whatever, but that's not what it's about. It's about the story, because we are all part of a never-ending story. We are future history, right? So whatever we do now will be written about in books that future generations will read about and learn about, just as we learn about Egypt in medieval times. This is a period of time, particularly with COVID and all of the other crazy things, the weather. This is going to be, this is history. We're living in it. This is future history. And people write what happens of the times, how it happened, who is involved, what will happen, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, we are part of a never-ending story. So, who are we going to be in that story? You know what I mean? Like, what is our part going to be in these future history books? What will they say about us? Because every single person can contribute to that. You can't sit on the sidelines. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. Every single person can contribute positively to future history. future. If you choose to, everything is a choice. Every single thing is a choice. So we can sit at home and moan and do nothing, just wait for someone else to do something, or you can decide, no, I want to be part of future history. I want to be somebody that gets written about for my part in this time. You know what I mean? What are you going to do to change the world? Save the world? Invent something? Create something? This is a never-ending story. So everyone can be part of that. Every single person. And what a beautiful thing that is. Yeah. So I mean, it starts with obviously just knowing yourself. I suppose knowing yourself, I think, is the starting point. Not being afraid first and foremost. Well, because there is nothing to be afraid of. That's the thing. And if you watch the film The Neverending Story, you'll see what I mean, because there's a bit at the end. In fact, maybe I'll put that clip in. Yeah. About how fear is nothing. It's just it is nothing. There is nothing to fear. There isn't anything to fear on any day. Because when you understand when you understand how the world works and learn and just prepare yourself appropriately, it doesn't matter what comes along your way. You won't feel it because you've learned. You're only afraid of what you don't know. But then to overcome that fear, you need to learn about it. So sitting back and still not learning, but still being in fear without actually checking what you're in fear of is illogical, isn't it? That doesn't make any sense. So if you look at, firstly, COVID, yeah. I don't like to even talk about it anymore because it's absolute bullshit. But like, obviously, people are dying, and that is a crime. It's a crime, though. That's the point. And I'm tell you now, I'm gonna fucking make them pay. Yeah, no doubt. So, so to all the families that have lost people because of COVID, my heart goes out to you. But the numbers that they're coming out with, yeah, are bullshit. And they're bullshit on so many levels. And if you just compare them to other rates anywhere else and other mortality rates and other diseases and other things that are happening, if you compare all of that in comparison to the destruction on every level of society, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And there are dark forces at work. There are. These people have had the knowledge over time and they've kept it to themselves intentionally. They're involved in rituals and magic, which are actually from through history. They're from religious or connecting to the divine texts all through history. That's how you do it. That's how you connect. So it's not anything untoward. But the problem here is no one has monitored it. They've basically kept it to themselves so they can, because for example, this book here. So I'm nervous about even going into this, right? I'm not nervous, but it's so powerful. So I've got another text today. Where's that other one? Yeah, so I've got another book today. John Dee's 5 Books of Mystery, the original Enochian magic. So these are coming from texts that are sent thousands of years old that have formed part of how belief and religions were formed, and this is across all faith, right? And these actually outline word for word like rituals and spells. So it's quite a lot of it's a responsibility. It's not taking this lightly, because people that have this are the ones that are using it negatively, right? Because if you go back to, I said this the other day, King James. So King James, again, medieval period, was he was a scholar in this, and he became a king, and then he wrote he had the King James Bible. The King James Bible is completely different to the Bible that we have here in the UK. It is as the standard Bible. Like if you look at this, it's quite small. I mean, obviously that's a small book as well, but it is different. It doesn't have all of that information in it. Not only that, they sort of changed it. They called it something different. So, you know, this is called a grimoire. We've got different names. This is magic. This one. And then you got Enochian magic. They called it different things, spells. But essentially, they've got all of this knowledge, including knowledge from Egypt and symbols and everything. Got put into what Freemasonry, and then that got put into this Bible, the King James Bible. And King James Bible is what? Obviously, Freemasonry is a men's only, what was a men's only secret society. And the rituals that they do, the spells, look, they're spells. So if you, in this book, I'm not going to read it to you, but, you know, they've got spells here to protect themselves from the law, spells here to mutilate one's enemies, to compel somebody to dance naked, to make somebody, to render oneself favorable to judges, speak to spirits, to enchant people, to win the lottery, to protect yourself from evil spirits. Actually, I probably should put this one in here. And it's written in Latin. There's a prayer in English first, and then it's written in Latin. Right? So all of this can over time, it's like we've forgotten. So it's just like, and that, again, that's intentional. It's intentional that it's been not included in our education system, and also then, you know, nobody's inspired to, unless you're in, you know, completely curious like I am. But the grind of life generally means that people stop, don't they? Because they're so busy trying to just make ends meet. And even that in itself, it's all back to this. These people, yeah, these people are involved in some dark shit. They're making this happen. They're causing it to happen. They've probably, you know, and the ultimate, the person with the top of that tree. There's a spell. I haven't got it yet, but when I do get it, I'm gonna do that one. I'm not, you know, that's the first one I'm gonna learn. Which is, you can control everyone else. So then it makes me think, well, if you go back to then, so King James, he wrote the book, the Demonology. He wrote all about spirits. He wrote all about that, and demons, their existence, how to do it. He wrote all of it. It was all in a book. Then he wrote his own Bible, which includes a lot more of the Bible than most people would be conscious of, and the importance of it, and how it outlines these things here, all of this knowledge, all of this here that no one over here knows. I don't know if any people know about it. Everyone else, you wouldn't know about it unless you went and looked about it. Nobody tells you, do they? And that's how they've kept it to themselves. And they're casting spells to make themselves successful and to keep everyone else down. And that is literally what is happening here. Because the King James Bible, there's got to be, because that's Freemasonry. It says, I looked at the King James Bible, I'll put it in the link. And that's the one that they swear an oath on when you become president. That big book. Yeah. there has got to be some connection there between doing that with that book and the top of that tree, the old sorceress from hell. I'm pretty confident. And as I say, there's if you're possessed by a demonic spirit, then she can control you. And that's via a ritual that is long, 18 months long it is, and you have to purify yourself and all of that. A Bremelin, that's what it's called. So it connects you to the highest level of spirits, guardian angels, but it also can give you the power to control demonic spirits. And if you're a person that's of a certain mind, this is how it's dangerous. This is how they're dangerous, because they're doing it to serve themselves. Think about it. The Hermetic Order, what I put in, Aleister Crowley, all these people are linked, and I'm going to get some real haters right about now, but shit, truth first, isn't it? Scientology in Hollywood. So I just saw a clip earlier, right? How is Hollywood so rich yet has so many homeless people lining their streets? You know what I mean? Anyway, that was just something that just jumped out at me when I flicked on TV. Yeah, this isn't going to get me many friends, but I looked into Scientology because I was watching the TV, and there was I clicked onto the TV, and the first thing that was on was this thing with what's his name? Louis Theroux. Love Louis. And he was interviewing this lady who was an ex-person from Scientology. Now, I've since looked into Scientology, and the basis of it is not the problem I have with it. Because actually, because it's written by a science fiction author. So firstly, I understand where thoughts come from, ideas, etc. And that is a gift. It's a divine gift, writing, imagining, having imagination. So, but it's what you then do with it. Okay. So he was a science fiction author, and he also was a psychologist, and he wrote some interesting work on psychology and how to manage thoughts and feelings, which, to be fair, when I read it, made some sense. And also, there is this idea of certain people being, descendants from aliens. Now, if you look into history, that is not unique to him. That theory is not unique to him, the person who created Scientology. It is written about many, many times. And if you look at, I'll put a link into the Nahebi and Anunnaki, structures of their time still exist, and they had systems and they had processes and techniques and engineering that was far for something that was so ancient, pre-Egypt, pre-pyramids. It is unfathomable as to how they had that technology at that time. It is. So there's a few videos, and I'll put them in. So I can understand, because they were called the gods of the not astrology, not astronomy. I don't want to say astronauts. They might have been even called astronauts. Gods of it doesn't matter. I'll put it in. So this idea of that is not unique to him. And also the scientific element of it, the emotions, controlling emotions, and also that psychology is not unique to him either. It is just a rehash of other people's work. But what he did was, he was a student of Aleister Crowley. And Aleister Crowley created the Hermetic Order, and created his own religion, Thelema. And all of those are demonic. And they use spells and they use rituals. And that is probably how they've then got people to buy into it, because they're casting spell, essentially. Right? So they're casting spells on people to get them to join their religion that they've made up, which is a rehash of things of the past, and got them to give them money for it. Think about how much money Scientology makes. Where does that money go? Where does that money go? People are giving them huge percentages of their salaries. And on this clip that I've seen, I'll put it in. The lady says that, there's like the normal entrance, and there's the VIP entrance, and there's the VVIP entrance, and then there's like a secret alley and a and they have like this special tank that they go in to like vaporize and all of this stuff. And there's evidence of this guy who started it when he was younger. He was a student of this Aleister Crowley, and Aleister Crowley is the British guy that created Thelema, which is a cult which uses rituals to serve themselves. Like, they use sacrifice, and all of that was based on this. John Dee, talking with angels. So the reality that we are now finding ourselves in is that this dimension is real. Angels, spirits. And it's always been real. It's always been used, but just we didn't know about it because it's intentionally been kept from us. And the people that are in that little elite group there have just been using it to serve themselves, so that only they succeed. And God, they're all part of the same ring of people, and not a whole load of nice stuff happens in that ring. So that was that. I'll put links into it, don't worry. I had a thought today, one of many, obviously. One was about afro hair. Like, can we just allow people to wear whatever hair they want? I mean, I've got a fucking shaved head under my wig. Like, why is hair? Why are we doing this to people? People should be able to wear whatever they want. Wear whatever they want. Have whatever hair they want. How does a hairstyle impact who you are as a person? What you do, or what you can achieve, or how you can work? Does it? Doesn't make any sense. Like, same with tattoos. It doesn't mean any. It doesn't bear any relevance to your ability. Neither does hair. I've got the bigger the afro, the better. That's what I say. I love afros. I think they're beautiful. It's natural hair. I'd love an afro if I could grow one. Well, curly hair, just not really. Obviously. But you know what I mean? I just love it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. In fact, I'm going to put a link to a photo. This dad and his daughter, they've grown their afros. Like, they're amazing. Biggest afro you've ever seen. It's so cool. It's wicked. They're like models. Yeah, there's that. And I was watching. I'll tell you what it was. Something jumped out at me. I was watching Rich Lee Kwan, Expensive Hotels. Right. And I just thought he mentioned something about media mogul. He used the word media mogul. And that just really stood out to me. And then I suddenly thought, oh my days. There are certain industries that have been absolutely decimated right now, and they're going to have fucking information. Aren't they? Hotels is one, so they're decimated. They are going to have, can you imagine all the people that work in the hotel? They are going to know some serious shit. Come forth. Tell me. Like, come on. They're going to know some shit about some people. In this bit. Oh, for real. You know you have. Tell mama. Yeah. Hotels was one. Aviation was another. I bet there's some private jet companies that have got some shit to tell. Logistics. And the reason I put this, logistics, ports and boats. Listen, yeah? Forgiveness is yours. Let's just get them, yeah? Come. It's time. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing's going to happen to you because I'm going to get them. Just tell us. Tell us the stories. Tell us what's happened. How they do it. Where they are. Because logistics, and it just reminded me because of that case with the lorry and the 39 Vietnamese people that sadly passed away. They paid 10,000, whatever the currency is in Vietnam. They paid 10,000 of that, being told that it was for a new life. So their passports got taken off them. They paid all of that money. Even if they had got here alive, they still would have been put to work in some kind of slave labor, modern slavery type scenario, or sex work. Now, there was an English guy that was involved this end driving the lorry, and he doesn't know anybody, and he normally gets a text message. He got a text message saying, "Open the door, it's been too long." Opened the door and they were all dead. He waited 30 odd minutes before he phoned the police. Do you know what else as well? I don't know if this has any reference, but it was something to do. It was linked back to Essex, and Essex is obviously a place where a lot of this in history, a lot of these kind of shenanigans went down. I wonder if there's like some kind of family there. Someone in something. Anyway, sorry, that was a side note. But it's just a way that the information is coming to me, and then I'll research it, and then it'll be there and it'll be right, as opposed to that. And then so yeah, logistics, ports and boats. I bet you've got stories to tell. Yeah. And then it also reminded me of Queen of South. You remember the Queen of South, that series on Netflix? And there was that guy, wasn't there, that she dealt with, that turned her money into Bitcoin. She had it stored on a disk drive. I mean, I'm absolutely 100% this shit's going down. Like, put it into a disk drive thing. But he was a psycho, wasn't he? With these women, and the way that they keep them is they keep them drugged up on like heroin and that. And then you think about that, and then you think about the story of Taken. These are all going to be based on real life criminals. Almost always are. So they'll know a story, they'll know a real life example, and then they'll just dramatize it for changing names. And there was that in Taken when he goes and they have that bidding thing for the Virgin. 100% that shit goes down. 100%. So to all yous out there that is involved in that kind of shit, I'm coming. I am coming. I'm raging. They're all involved in it, and they're just. The thing is, though, there's obviously, there's like these are historical. They're prayers. There's good things in here. It's not all bad, but they're just using the bad to benefit themselves. And then it makes you think, what? How many people are doing it? And they're just going unchecked. Like, there needs to be some kind of, as I said yesterday, there needs to be some kind of, like an audit board. Like, firstly, we need to all accept that this is happening. Secondly, we then need to decide, well, how are we going to monitor? Unless it's already been monitored, I don't know. I haven't found that out yet. Maybe that's what the CIA and FBI do. Do they? They've got to be aware of it. I know they are. Maybe we need a separate body then that's completely independent of all. But everyone needs to be conscious of it. That's the point. It's only through learning and understanding these things, it will become very obvious when somebody is telling a lie. You can see it, like it's like an alarm. They stick out. I can tell. I can just. I don't know. I don't know why this is happening. Like, oh look, now here we go. Mind control. This one's teaching you how to do mind control. And these are, bear in mind, these are texts that have come from religious texts throughout time that are even incorporated into Freemasonry, Hermetic Order, all of these secret societies. They're the ones that are making the money. They are the ones that aren't helping. They're the ones that are causing. They are using these rituals to do this. It's and they're making sacrifices, human sacrifices. Wow. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. So that I'm kind of. I wonder what level that occurs, because Scientology was created by somebody that was doing these things. So who still, is everyone in Scientology involved in that, or is it only the ones at the top of that tree as well, that triangle? Because it was established by somebody that was proven to be involved in this. And then that would make sense to go back to all of the stories about the cult being in Hollywood, and all of the work that they, all of these women. It's a lot, but it's okay. Got this. The house of cards is going to fall. Trust my words. Yeah. Because the thing is, they can't hide from me. They can't hide from me no more, because I know. And I'm learning. I'm just learning all the time. I'm learning more and more and more. I'm like, right, okay, got that. Yeah, check that off the list. And the more you learn, the more you understand about your own abilities, what you can do, which is anything. So the more you understand it, the more you can do anything, literally anything. And that is why we're gonna win. We have won. See. So I think that was it. I think that was it for today. Oh no. So today's is here. Peter's Confession of Christ. Yeah. Once when Jesus was praying in private and his disciples were with him, he asked them, "Who do the crowd say I am?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist." Oh, is that right? Am I on the right one? What's the date? Okay. Yeah. They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others that one of the prophets of long ago has come back to life." "But what about you?" he asked. "What do you say I am?" Peter answered, "The Christ of God." Jesus strictly warned them not to tell this to anyone, and he said, "The Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders, chief priests, and teachers of the law, and he must be killed, and on the third day be raised to life." Then he said to them all, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will save it. What's good is it for a man to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit his very self? If anyone is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will be ashamed of him when he comes into his glory and in the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. I tell you the truth, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the kingdom of God." And the other one I was going to read was this one. And it just jumped out at me. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. I will praise the Lord all my life. I will sing praise to God as long as I live. Do not put your trust in princes, in mortal men who cannot save. When their spirit departs, they return to the ground. On the very day their plans come to nothing. Blessed is he whose help is the God of Jacob, whose hope is in the Lord his God, the maker of heaven and earth, the sea and everything in them. The Lord who remains faithful forever, he upholds the cause of the oppressed, gives food to the hungry. The Lord sets prisoners free. The Lord gives sight to the blind. The Lord lifts those up who are bowed down. The Lord gives the righteous, the Lord watches over the alien and sustains the fatherless and the widow, and he frustrates the way of the wicked. The Lord reigns forever, your God, O Zion, for all generations. Praise the Lord. I just jumped out of it. So, whatever faith, whatever you believe, we're in this together. I like to learn about all faiths, all religions, all things. So it's through that understanding that you get a complete picture. And only when you have a complete picture can you create a complete solution. So yeah. Sending out loving virtual hugs. We've got this. We've already won. It's just a bit painful right now. And I look forward to cuddles, high fives, and general merriment, malarkey, dancing, raving. Possibly a drink. Yeah, so cool. Good to go. Got this. High fives. High five. So I hope you have a good evening, day, afternoon, wherever you are. Keep the faith. Keep the love. Yeah.